there, Andrew Bell with you, and lots of news updates. There is no question we've seen some readjusting in the marketplace at present. There is no clear reason for that, and whilst some would speculate it could be mid-year seasonal slowdown, that's not apparent to us, as we've actually had quite a supply of ready, willing and able buyers who are just expressing some resistance to the current prices being asked in the marketplace at present. What is more important is the market itself. The fundamentals for the property market are about as sound as they could ever be. Recent business indicator components of GDP came in better than expected, reflected in areas such as gross operating profits in the mining sector, which was up 5.9%, retail sales for April showing growth of 0.4%, and a surge in non-resource companies raising money from the bond market, which is a sign of growing confidence in their investing for the business in the future. And we see corporate borrowings run at near record levels at the moment. That's a really positive sign. Top that off, and we know that GDP rose 1% from the December quarter and up 2.8% from a year earlier. All good positive signs. Now, the jobless rate also fell to 5.4% in May, with 12,000 new people finding jobs. Our Reserve Bank Governor recently said that convention wisdom puts full employment at around 5%. We're getting mighty close to that now. Really good sign again. We now have been waiting to see some wages growth, really important, and that'll put more money in the consumers' pockets. Well, rising company profits is showing signs of being shared across the expanding workforce, with the largest annual rise in wages and salaries paid since the commodity prices boom 6 years ago. The growth of the national wages and salaries accelerated to 5.1% in the first quarter of this year and was up from 4.4% in the December quarter. Really good, strong growth. That is quite a flurry of good and positive economic news and will be the foundations of the real estate market activity moving forward. Now, this has led to an interesting scenario. It's clear that APRA, which is the body that regulates finance and lending, wanted to manage a significant slowdown in real estate price growth. Now, rather than putting interest rates up, which is what we've done for the last 30 years, and by the way, Macquarie Banks is suggesting that we're going to remain at the same level of interest rates at least till 2020. So APRA has created a credit squeeze. That is, less money available to lend for real estate purchases. That's been done through tighter regulations around the lending process itself, with stricter application forms, a greater need of proof of earnings, proof of current assets and liabilities, and so on. There is no doubt that this has had an effect on the real estate market, and this credit squeeze may well be with us for at least a year or more to go. Interestingly, our volume of sales is only down marginally, but what is evident is now taking anywhere up to a month or more for people to actually get their finance approved. And so our buyers and sellers are having to get used to an unusual situation that really hasn't been with us since the 1970s, and this is this credit squeeze. It's just more of the same, where the world is constantly changing and going through turmoil from one industry and another. So we just have to get used to that changing playing field. What won't change is that everyone needs a roof over their head, whether they rent it or they buy it, and that every business needs premises to operate from. And so there is always a constant demand that just has to work its way through some of these challenges that are occurring in the market from time to time. Can I also take this opportunity to thank everyone for their generosity in my recent CEO sleep out. Yes, it was really cold, but what was worse was sleeping on the concrete floor. That was painful. However, I'm pleased to see that our Gold Coast CEOs raised some $450,000 towards the homeless for this year. And that will make a difference in many people's lives. Just out of interest, a shelter was purchased out of last year's funds, plus more went to helping people, and that house provides short-term accommodation for those escaping domestic violence. And of course, so much more for those in the streets. So rest assured that it does get put to very good use very, very quickly. Until I'm with you in a fortnight's time, all my very best. Stay safe.